think as soon as you see a Stargate, it's okay to make a large group of Speedlings, because no Stargate unit is good against Speedlings.
He also saw the silhouette of the Void Ray with his scout, so he knew it was a Void Ray coming out.
Yeah, and why not make a group of like 20 Lings? Because then they can't expand, and if they are going out to try to mess with you, I mean, you have some Lings to help out against it.
Well, Frost has been a pretty common pick for Sora so far this group. Looks like he's very late game oriented, very late game focused here, but it didn't help him against Innovation.
It didn't, but he did play pretty well overall, I would say. Some mess ups there at the end of the Frost game that cost him the victory, but we'll see how he can do here against Dark. You know, big map, you definitely can win in PvZ.
Yeah, definitely true. See how Dark wants to play it. If he gets cross spawns, he can't be too unhappy about that. That's a good thing for Zergs as well.
Indeed. It could be a long one.
Certainly could, man. It could be the last game of the night. Could decide everything. We'll see if Dark is going to take the 2-0 and advance to Code S, or if Sora is going to bring us to 1-1 and a Game 3. All right, down here in the bottom left in the purple.
Dark.
And also going for a 9 pool.
All right. See how greedy Sora is.
I think Sora's going to actually try to cannon, maybe. Well, we'll see. Here he is, to the top left, in pink.
Sora.
Not actually making that forge just yet, but he pylon scouts.
If he just straight up goes Nexus first, with the way that this Overlord is floating, well, okay,
well, he won't now
he
because
probe.
Yeah, so
good thing to scout right away, I have to say. Dark can't be happy about that.
I do really like the choice to do something like this on your opponent's map pick.
Yeah.
Really
it's
like
definitely going to mess him up. It's going to make the game definitely different from what he had practiced.
Exactly.
And the thing is, if he scouts you last, there is the possibility that you just make a bunch of Lings and kill him. You know, sometimes people play really greedy on these 4-player maps. We've seen Sulky do things like that in the past to kill people.
Yeah, I feel like Dark's feeling really confident here because that last game, to be honest, was probably like, it's one of those games that's so confusing to the viewers as going, why did he make those warriors? I'm not really sure. You look at this as a pro gamer perspective where Dark's like, wow, you just lost your Nexus to me and I've controlled this entire game and you showed me your Phoenixes and all your play just seems like a bit sloppy. And for him, he's probably thinking, maybe I just get a win here, and if not, I can probably beat him in Game 3 on my map pick. And that's why I said in the beginning, I give the biggest edge to the player who takes map 1.
You know what? It's a fair thing to do. The person who wins map 1 generally does end up winning statistically much more of the time.
Oh, way more. If you don't believe me, look up the stats. It's actually pretty huge.
This is true in all manner of esports. Like if you win it first in anything where you get a picking advantage, you know, just being able to counterpick is amazing.
And if you look at traditional sports as well, I mean, anything like this, psychologically, you just have this edge over your opponent. You have this extra advantage.
It's true. Well, one interesting thing. Okay, well, he did have that probe in the bottom right main base. I was wondering if maybe he'd proxy something down there, but it looks like he's moving that probe out.
I think he's going to just camp it over the third base on the high ground, see if it gets taken there. Maybe even drop a pile in there so you can warp in later. Probably not, though, because it's a really common place for Zerglings to scout, so you don't want to just like throw that pile away before it's useful. Yeah,
you would think he would end up scouting it if he went for that. It looks like he's just going to go and scout very normally here, so that's fine as well.
Yeah.
So we just got to wait now a little bit and see how, first off, Dark wants to try to recover. I think he's going to play kind of normally from here, to be honest. I'm not sure what shenanigans he can really pull off here with, you know, any certainty of working.
Right.
Whereas Sora, of course, we have to wait till after the Cyber Core.
When you go for an early pull like this, you sacrifice a lot of economy. But at the same time, you do get a faster queen, which gives you more larva, which lets you kind of slowly recover with that. So it's not the end of the world. He doesn't do any damage with this. And he also forces Sora, of course, to make a forge before the Nexus. And I give Sora, you know, obviously a bit of an economic lead, but it's not something that Dark can't recover from.
All right, so some gas is being taken now. And this is all on 2 bases, of course. Hasn't taken that third, as his economy is kind of hiccuped from that early pull. I wonder what he's going to do with the gas, though.
Yeah, I wonder as well.
Like, I don't think he's going to go for a quick layer. Does this mean he's just going to get aggressive?
Well, I mean, we've seen him do it before.
Yeah.
I feel like we could maybe see Roach play here, but not Mutas. Not on this
I would be
map.
very surprised if he opens Mutas. If you open Muta on 2 base and your opponent happened to choose the tech path called Stargate.
That's the most common tech path in the game for this matchup?
Yeah. You're in like loads and loads of trouble then.
He rushes the lair, though.
He does. I think it's going to be Hydra.
Or like fast Hydras?
If he goes 2-base Swarm Host, he's just going to lose, I think. I hate 2-base Swarm Host. I think it's complete and utter trash. Seriously. Some people think it's good. They're wrong.
I don't really like it either, but I don't really see it to judge it because it's not really used in Korea ever.
Yeah, Swarm Host, it's so like economy intensive to be able to build up your Swarm Host count high enough to really make it scary.
Yeah, I mean, the only time you ever see Swarm Host on 2 base is usually when the Zerg player gets like significantly behind for some reason. They're taking a risk for it because you make free units to make up for the fact that your economy's hurt.
Yeah, I mean, if your opponent like fumbles at all, you could end up winning. All right, that layer's almost done, man. Is this going to be a Spire? This is wild.
I think you're right. Like, what else could it be?
He's making 4 spores at the moment. Oh my god, and with that Overlord, of course that's what it's going to be.
Yep. He's going to make
Oh my god, no, it's an infestation pit.
Proxied.
Oh, this is crazy. I guess this is Swarm Host. He's making 2 more queens. It can't be anything else.
Yeah. Weird. But I kind of like it just because I want to see how it plays.
Yes, and to be fair, on specifically big maps such as Frost, there is a very cool Speedling Swarm Host style where you siege one area with the Swarm Host and then Speedlings can run around and destroy other bases very easily.
I'm really curious about this one, Artosis. It's not going to be scouted for a long time unless he just happens to run into it, which is super unlikely.
No, why? Well, here's the funny part. You say that, but there is a probe down there.
Actually, he's going to see it.
This is way too funny. Did he actually just see this?
Why did he move if he didn't? If he wasn't checking?
I think he saw it. Like, come on, observer. Come on.
What's going on down there?
Show us if he saw it, please.
Wouldn't he just go
vision? Hit V.
Wouldn't he just kill the Overlord if he saw
it? Ready? Wait, why didn't you press V? Oh. Guys, sorry, we don't have our own observer or PCs to check this.
If he saw it, wouldn't he just go kill it with Phoenix, kill the Overlord with Phoenixes so that it would bleed out, though? That's what I would do. So I think he saw it, unless he's making a pylon down there, which is possible. We're just like, it's a secret. No one's paying attention down there except me. I think that's a
God, I just wish. I wish we could see if he saw it.
I think he did. I think he's making a pylon down there to make Zealots to kill it. He sees the Nidus. He's going to kill this. Easily. One Immortal can, like, 4-shot that. And another Nidus has started. This is pretty desperate, man. I don't know how much this is actually going to work out.
Well, you know, as I was saying, 2-base Swarm Host is not actually all that good.
He sees it. But this time it's going to
it's going to get out. Now, this is a lot of queens. It's a lot to get through. He's made a lot of Spore Crawlers to help out as well. We'll see if he ends up... Well, I guess you can't send a Spore Crawler through there, but he can send drones.
Okay, so there's
he did see it. He did see it. Thing is, he probably saw it and was like, oh, yes, you're going to go 2-base Swarm Host. Me and Artosis think this sucks.
And you and Sora seem to be like-minded. Well, I mean... The response here is to just try to get the Colossi out. He already has one. He's going to harass the Phoenixes knowing that back at home there's very little to deal with this. He's going to lose that Forge probably to the next wave or so he's not going to have any more upgrades, which is pretty okay with him.
Yeah, upgrades isn't what matters here. What matters is getting a lot of Colossus out with the range upgrade. In fact, I personally like to go double Robo against something like this because they don't have enough gas to support both Swarm Hosts and you know, Corruptors, so...
he doesn't have enough at home to actually defend these Zealot attacks. I mean, he won't die to this, but... Actually, I take it back. He sends all of his queens back, so he does. Never mind.
But while the queens are back, I wouldn't mind seeing Sora try to maybe pop out and kill the Nidus off. You know, that is 100 gas, 100 minerals. He can kill that entrance. And in fact, here he is.
He's got the Observer
trying
here.
To pick things off.
He's going to get him. Well, not quite. That's a lot of damage on those Swarmos, obviously. Locust even activates the shield. That's how you could tell it does a decent amount of damage per shot.
Yeah, that's true.
It looks like a puny little
Never
unit,
thought of it like that, but you are completely right.
It's just one way to look at it. Queens are back, trying to protect those spines, trying to protect these Swarmos so a few more Locusts can come out.
Thing is, he's already lost some. He is making 5 more. We'll see if maybe that can do something for him.
He would have so much more had he not lost the Infestation Pit earlier.
That's true. Well, you know, it's a dangerous thing to go for a crazy all-in like this after a failed 9 pull. We're going to have 4 Colossus very soon here. Blink is going to be finishing up, as well as that +2 attack. The Spire just starting, and you know, this is the thing. With 2 bases, his gas income's really low, and to decide what to spend it on can be difficult.
Yep, Queens are actually trying to fight here. A lot of transfuse energy being used. But you know what? The Colossus output of damage is way too much. GG.
Yeah. And not too hard game there for Sora. Dark took some chances, didn't quite work out, and now we go to the rubber match. Game number 3. See who is going to advance into Code S.
I just still like Dark's chances because Sora looks like he lost that game even though he won it.
He keeps doing that. This is like what he does after games, win or lose.
Yeah. Well, Dark, I really feel like he's not going to be fazed by this loss because it's like a risk he took, and except he took 2 big risks, and it's kind of like gambling in a lot of ways. Like you take 1 risk and then you get a deficit for it, and you're like, well, I could just come back by taking this other huge risk, and then maybe I just come back to where I was. And that's basically what we saw twice in a row there.
Yeah.
And I think he's very well aware of the fact